welcome to Glitch Please, the show where we talk all about video games. Welcome to 2019, everybody. We made it. No? You aren't excited?
Oh, I got you. I got you.
I'm just expecting 2019 to burn in hell like 2018.
My name is Brian. I'm your host. Anybody
I'm Ben.
I'm Adam. I'm not your host.
I'm Nick, and I'm also not Adam.
I feel like we're dragging.
I feel like we're hitting 2019 the ground running.
Like I don't know. December was like kind of like a vacation. The whole thing.
It's clearly the first day back.
I'm like remembering how to work again, and it's not at all working.
Yeah, I was just telling you that last night it was New Year's, and I looked at my phone. It was 12:30 in the morning, and I thought, we've got a fucking Glitch Please.
Yeah, that was great to wake up to at 6 in the morning. Yep. Oh shit. Okay, cool. Let's do this.
You know what? First off, let's go around. What is everybody playing? What did you catch up on over the holidays?
Okay, so I have a story. I'm a little miffed because I didn't get to play as much games as I wanted to over the holiday.
All right.
I went to visit my family at home. They have shitty internet connection. There's not a lot to do there. It's in a state that I know nobody whatsoever. So I was like, cool, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna play a bunch of games I haven't gotten to in 2018. It's gonna be great, just a whole week and a half of gaming. Get home, go up to where the Xbox is supposed to be in the den, and it's missing because apparently my brother took it home to college and he never brought it back. Bert, I'm coming for you.
You're in trouble.
Yeah.
That's what you do as a younger brother.
Yeah, totally.
Piece of shit. Anyways.
I thought this was going to be a story about how like your parents like cleaned out your old room and now it's like
the
their
Xbox.
office.
Yeah,
exactly.
No, so I had my Switch with me. I put it on the plane and I kind of had to rely on that. So I picked up a few games and started playing The Messenger. I don't know if any of you have played that at all.
Played a little bit, yeah.
Man, that game is really, really good. I was not feeling it at first. It's basically a love letter to Ninja Gaiden.
I was about to say, that's when you're a ninja and it goes between like 8 and 16-bit or something like that?
Yeah, so what it is it's basically, it's like I said, it's like Nintendo Ninja Gaiden, a left to right like platformer that you scale through and you fight like a lot of really tough enemies. You have like the whole 8-bit health and that aesthetic, and then part of the way through something happens where you can shift to a 16-bit perspective, and the game kind of shifts around that a little bit, but it's basically a lot of like bosses to fight and you can kind of explore and earn power-ups. It's kind of like a Metroidvania meets old school Nintendo game, almost kind of like Hollow Knight. It's a lot of fun. It's really, really, really good. I don't really want to spoil it.
Is it hard?
But
yeah, apparently there's a turn in that game.
There is a slight turn in that game. I don't want to spoil it, but it is really, really good. It does some cool new mechanics, or at least like some additive mechanics where when you jump, if you hit something, you can jump again, and that adds a lot of like platforming where you'll be going through some really hard platforming to get some collectibles or fight some enemies, or it comes into play with bosses, and you'll hit and you'll get a jump, and then you'll kind of panic and you'll start trying to like jump through like a bunch of fireballs being thrown at you that you can hit and wipe out the fireball and get another jump. So at some points where there's just nothing on the screen to land on, and you're just like hitting things, jumping, and once you get into a rhythm, you're just all around the screen. You kind of feel like a ninja. It's really cool.
It absolutely looks like Ninja Gaiden from back in the day.
It's a love letter to Ninja Gaiden, Metroid, and even like a whole list of other games kind of fall into place there.
It looks fun.
I've heard literally nothing but great things about that game. So when you switch between 8 and 16-bit, I'm assuming that's more than just a graphical change, right?
Yeah,
there's something that's kind of spoiling.
That's where the spoilers kind of come into play. But it is really, really cool. Just like things change in the perspective and what is available on the map whenever you're changing between those two perspectives. So like you're like, oh, I can't get through this part of the game, but then you shift to this perspective and like, oh, there's platforms now that I can get forward in the map. So.
Is it like a $20 game, or how much was it?
I think it's $20.
Okay.
I think on sale it's like 14 or 15.
Because I'm looking, it's like about 11 hours to beat. I like those sort of shortish games.
Yeah, it's not very long. It has some DLC coming out that's free later in the year.
Sweet.
It's definitely one of those indie-supported games that a lot of people, I think, really, really enjoyed. I think kind of it's had the rug swept out from under it with Celeste coming out this year.
Yeah.
And everyone was so focused on Celeste that I completely missed this. I think it came out back in August of last year, but I sat and played it and it got me through like a 4-hour layover sitting in an airport. It was fantastic.
It made some lists. I mean, it made some year ends. Not quite like Celeste. I mean, Celeste definitely overshadowed it, but
it won
hopefully it's getting a little bit of notice.
Best indie debut at the Game Awards.
Yeah.
So like, it has some notoriety behind it, and it's a really, really good game. I just play it and maybe down the line.
Did you beat it?
Spoiler. Yeah, I beat it. I just like kind of played it all through in one sitting.
Nice. All right. Who else?
I have done nothing but Smash for 3 weeks. That's literally all I've played. Literally last night, I finally achieved something I'd been trying to, which is I got into Elite Smash. which is that, I don't know if you guys remember from the Nintendo Direct they had, like, before the game released, but they were like, if you're good enough at Smash Brothers, you get into Elite Smash, which is where you can play online with like the elites and stuff.
Is there like an application process, or how does one?
No, you just have.
These
It's a really, honestly, it's kind of a dumb process because it's based on your global Smash power, your GSP. You have to get that high enough. And the thing about GSP is there's not like one set like
number
score.
Yeah,
like it's not like you have to get to 1 million or 2 million. It fluctuates depending on how many people have the game. Because the score is how many people you're supposedly better than.
It's kind of like grading on a curve.
Is this like a percentile thing? Like you're in the top 5%
exactly. But they don't tell you what the percentile is. So, I mean, even if they did, I guess that wouldn't really help you very much. But like, for as long as the game's been out, I've been like, I feel like just below the threshold I need to be at. Right. But the thing is, when I play online, I feel like I'm really bad at the game, even though I think I'm okay. Like,
Nick, we did a stream.
You're not bad. Yeah, you're not bad. You took on all of them.
Sure.
Yeah, we did a 1v7 and you kicked all of our asses.
Of course, we're all.
Team Attack was on, and I think so were some very helpful items, if I'm not mistaken. But as good as that felt, I have been humbled by the online community.
I think he's saying in a nice way that we're scrubs, and it meant nothing that he beat us.
No.
It's okay, it's okay.
That's the hard thing about when you go online, though, with any games, but fighting games especially. Like, you think you're okay, and then it's like, oh, no.
Well, like go ahead.
But I feel like any good online game that will matchmake you with people that challenge you rather than like people that you'll just stomp.
Yeah.
So I feel like no matter what you do, you're always going to be challenged, which is good.
Yeah, it is. It's just playing so much of the online in Smash Ultimate is... It's a reminder that Nintendo still doesn't get it when it comes to online. In 2019, well, 2018, but still, close enough. Like, there's a lot of things that are clear, significant improvements over the last decade and then some of their online attempts, but like, there's still some really basic features missing here. Like, when you are matched with somebody online, you can rematch them to your heart's content, but you can't change your character without backing away from that person. It's just like, what was the thought process on that? Like, you had that in the last game.
It definitely feels like Nintendo's really good at adding polish to a game and adding those small tweaks. Like, there's really cool stuff in Smash where, like, Sonic takes a little bit of less time to sink in the water if he lands in the water. But their infrastructure is terrible. Just, like, getting people online into a game, like, you want to be playing.
Exactly.
It's all based on what they're going to do and not what you want.
It just doesn't feel like they consider online a priority. Like, I feel like Nintendo wants, like, local multiplayer.
It's weird.
And they let like an intern handle the online functionality.
I guess, but I mean, I don't think I would say they don't consider it a priority. It seems like they do because they keep adding like features to it with every new game, and they keep taking more and more care into it, but they keep missing some like just really basic things. It's like they're just so determined to go about it in their own Nintendo-y way. That
some really easy targets, like target mode, you might say. I would love to have that back in Smash.
Yeah, I would too.
But like, I love playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Yeah.
Its online is so basic. You can race random people, you can select regional or worldwide, but there's no like tiers, there's no like leagues or anything like that. You have a score. It goes up or down based on whether you win or not. So far as I can tell, that's it. That's the extent of it.
In a game like Mario Kart, that's really all you need, I think. I'm not really much.
I played a shitload of Mario Online. I didn't care though. I didn't care that it was basic because you didn't pay for the online.
Now that's
back
true.
then.
You do.
But but I would like some sort of equivalent of like an elite league of racers. I don't know. I think that might be fun, or different circuits or different. I don't know.
Do you think you would qualify? I don't.
No, I don't think so. But it would be something to like shoot for that would make me like play it more.
Yeah,
and then feel bad when you don't get there.
And like get better. Exactly.
Do they not do like events in that game?
I don't think so.
I
mean, maybe they've
They have
added
a tournament mode. I mean,
maybe they've added some. I don't know.
I don't think they've added really anything to it outside of the basic Mario Kart 8 like gameplay.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like I've spent a lot of time crapping on Smash Ultimate when really the reason I've been playing that game so much is because I am addicted to it.
Yeah.
And as I'm understanding the game more and more, the more fun I'm having with it. Like, speaking of ninjas, the character I've been playing the most is Greninja, and as I'm figuring out like how to move around in this game and stuff, I feel like really fast-paced and ninja-like, and that's a really good feeling.
That's cool.
Like one of the best feelings is when you're paired online with somebody who's like at or very, very close to your same skill level, because like those are like the best matches you'll ever have. When it's somebody way below your skill level, you're just like, you know, whatever. If it's somebody way above your skill level, it's like, I don't even know what to do. I don't understand this game as well as this guy does. But when it's somebody like on your level, on your footing, that's really good. I had some matches like that over the break.
I used to play chess, and that's what you kind of wanted. You wanted somebody who was like a little bit better than you, so you would learn. Because if you just stomp somebody, it's like, well, I didn't learn anything. You want just to see what somebody, not a grandmaster, but somebody just a tiny bit better.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been playing, just Smash.
Would you say that the balancing is good? Like, are the characters all pretty level?
So far, so good. I mean, the roster is going to be 80 strong by the time the first wave of DLC is done. I say first wave, like they might do a second, who knows? But we're guaranteed at least 80 characters. So balancing that many is no small feat, and like there are going to be characters who are stronger. There are going to be characters who are weaker. That's just the nature of it.
Right.
But all things considered, the game seems like super balanced so far. There's a couple of characters that most people would say are probably the strongest, but I don't think they're like unconquerable mountains to climb by any means.
Hopefully it'll be a good pool of characters that are, they're like, you have 20 that are really good, and then they can tweak the smaller ones to bring them up into that.
Exactly, yeah.
Pool.
That's usually that's how you want to balance a fighting game. Instead of nerfing the top tiers, within reason, like there's sometimes you might want to, but generally you want to buff the weaker characters up to that level, because when everyone's ridiculous, the game's a lot more fun, typically.
I started playing as Little Mac for some reason.
Oh, yeah?
And just like had fun. Yeah, it was just fun. And
I really
kinda
like
felt
Little
like
Mac,
him,
yeah.
like you said about Greninja, but
yeah. So you know what I'm talking about? The really fast-paced ground movement stuff.
It was, and I'm not good at Smash at all. This is the first Smash that I put like a significant amount of time into. Still not good, but I'm enjoying it, and
that's
it's fun
what matters.
with friends.
That's what matters.
Totally.
I'm happy that people. I saw it was kind of divisive of unlocking all the characters, but for someone who's casual like me, like that's all I was doing. I was playing a lot of it too.
Yeah.
I was just on the couch unlocking characters, doing battles. Like I wasn't doing anything crazy, but it was a good it's a good carrot on the stick to be able to have characters that you want to unlock. But then when you like fail and unlock, it's a bad feeling.
Some of those CPUs are tough too.
Yeah, like the 1.2 patch apparently made those unlocking battles easier, which would have been great if I still had characters to unlock, because I managed to grind it up. Palutena was the one for me, because like she techs everything. You're on the biggest stage in Smash, well, it's like second biggest stage, and she just never dies.
Yeah.
So that was the one that took the longest for me.
The one I was most disappointed by was I was trying to unlock Snake, and he just kept using his rocket, and like just kept like he was like chain rocketing me. Like what the fuck?
Man, this is a game that I really wish it had the video record functionality where you can record the last 30 seconds.
Not?
No, you can't.
Why do they do that, man?
I guess it takes up too much processing power or something like that. So they have to.
Yeah, because you have to have
80 characters, man. They gotta donate or devote everything to those 80 characters.
Exactly. Well, like I wish I had that feature, because I had the most hilarious Game & Watch match when I was trying to unlock him. It was on his stage. The announcer goes, "Ready, go!" And so I run in to try to punch Game & Watch. He hits me with a 9. Game.
That's it.
It was like a 3-second match, and so. The game just basically gave me the middle finger.
That happened to me with Ridley. I got him as I got the fight, and I was like, yes, this is like who I'm most looking forward to. Got waxed. Never seen him again.
Oh, he's so much fun to play as. His his forward B move is just fantastic.
Yeah, where he scrapes you along the ground.
Yeah, throw him.
I love that they gave him a move like that.
Yeah.
I had a match against this one guy online. I knocked him off the stage, and I was trying to keep him from coming back, but he threw out the move, and we both just went down together. So
nice.
Actually, he took off in the same match. He took off 2 of my stocks like that. It was just some random guy, but we had that interaction where when we come back, we just both taunt. It's like a haha, that was funny kind of.
That's funny.
It's a really fun game. I'm going to be playing that for forever, I think.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Even as a casual player, I think it's pretty good.
Yep.
What you been playing, Adam?
Man, I had a great break. So first off, I was gone for 10 days on vacation. I got super sick. I went to New Zealand.
On your break?
I went to New Zealand, and I got the second day in, I got a 100-degree fever.
Oh no!
I had strep throat. I had an upper respiratory infection. I was literally sick for 2 weeks, even back when I got home. But It didn't ruin my vacation other than one night. So when I got home, I decided to dive into a couple things. First off, I started another Divinity 2 campaign. I got as far as I've ever gotten. It's somewhere in chapter like 3 or 4 now, and I'm playing it co-op. That game is, it might be one of my favorite co-op games of all time. It is like just a perfect, if you like fantasy RPGs, like you and a buddy can do like lone wolf, so you're only controlling one character each, and it's just so much fun to explore, and there's puzzles to solve, and like there's so much depth to it. Like there's always things to find. It's
the one game I want to finish in 2019 because there's so much to do in that game.
Yeah, and
are you playing on PC?
Yeah, yeah, and like just they don't feed you too much gear. They feed you just enough to be like, oh, this is an upgrade. When you finally, like, it took me a while. Like, my friend was doing like double the damage I was doing, and I didn't know why. And I finally realized, like, oh, this one skill is a mandatory skill for my class, and now that I'm using it, I'm like destroying things. It's so much more fun. But yeah, learning in that game is really good. And if you haven't played that game, it's really daunting at first. And I think part of the problem is that they throw you in to the game. They don't explain much, and you have 4 characters to control. Try that game. Just get past the hump because it's really, really good.
Yeah, I've heard. I have it on PS4, and I keep wanting to play it.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's probably better on PC, but
it had a bit of a learning curve for me, like just getting through that first arc, like you mentioned, because I just had no idea what to do or what was going on. And I was playing with 3 other friends where someone would run off, I'm like, I gotta go do this quest thing, come follow me. And I'm like, what's happening? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We're in a boss fight somehow now, and I've already killed my friend that we're playing with, and we're screwed.
The game could like really do a better job onboarding, and they did. This is now updated from the original version, like has a better tutorial.
Oh, really?
But it doesn't. I mean, it really could use more. Like it does, like things like it doesn't tell you exactly what level the quests are, so you don't really know until you walk over to the area. Sometimes you don't know where the quests are, so you kind of have to just kind of read the quest text and figure out, okay, I think I needed to go somewhere over here.
Oh, that's old school RPG.
Yeah.
Yep.
It will mark like map markers on your map and tell you like, oh, there's a quest over here to do. But you won't know like. You have to talk to all the people in the town to figure out if there's quests available to you because there's no like exclamation points. So it's very.
I like it.
And even then, I got stuck like something. I think it's been a while since I've played. I made it through the first arc, and I know I should go back and finish it because that's kind of where the game gets really, really good. But I remember something about I had to find oranges or something for a guy, and I couldn't quite figure out what to do.
Oh, you had to find oranges.
I think it was finding oranges. I heard. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
I heard fight oranges.
Yeah, there's a part that part in the game is like a good example of like if you don't have enough conversational skills, you can fuck that quest up and then not be able to get the oranges without killing a guy, and you might not know to kill the guy.
I think that's where I'm at. I couldn't remember what to do, so I just went off to do something else.
You talk to this lizard, and he's like, yeah, I don't want to give you my oranges, peace. And then you have to get the oranges from him. Or you can't complete the quest. And the only way to get the oranges now is to kill the guy, but you might not know that.
And then there's like some NPC that tells you, like, oh yeah, don't fight that guy. You're gonna get fucked up. It's gonna be really, really bad.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I don't want to attack him because then I'm just gonna die and get stuck in a loop.
And it's also one of those games where, especially early on, a single level difference can make a huge difference. Like if you're level 2 and they're level 3, you're probably gonna get fucked up.
Okay.
Like it's pretty unforgiving in that way.
Do you need to have played the first one?
No,
or is this
not
a
at all.
standalone?
No,
Okay.
it's very standalone.
They do think about a lot of different, like, because you can do just about anything in this game, and there's a lot that you can work around, but they've thought about a lot of those exits. So for instance, there's one quest to go and get these teleportation gloves, and then a guy comes with you. Minor spoiler for Act 1 of Divinity Original Sin 2. You go with a thief who says like, hey, get these teleportation gloves. Teleport me across, and then I'll teleport you across, and we can escape together. And you go and get the gloves.
Oldest trick in the book.
You teleport him across, and then you like throw him the gloves or something, and he goes, all right, peace, and he just runs away. So we're playing with 3 friends, and I thought, all right, let's roll the save back. I'm gonna teleport you across, then my friend across, not the thief. And then I'll throw my gloves to you, you teleport me across, then we teleport the thief across. So we teleport him across, and he's like, wait, this wasn't the deal, and he runs off like we're trying to escape where you're from. So if you follow him and run, there's like the captain of the guard waiting for you around the corner.
Yep.
They just wipe your team, and there's just nothing you can do about it.
Yep.
Which is really, really cool. Just think about the game design of like, yes, you can do this, but you're probably not going to accomplish what you're trying to do.
I like when games give you that freedom to like, you can attack whoever you want, or like way back, this is a very dated reference, but like Ultima Exodus back in the day, you could do that, which was sort of unheard of in RPGs at the time, but you could attack anybody in the town, but the guards would show up and wipe you. But I liked just the fact, yeah, you can do it. You're an idiot, but you can do it.
Yeah, that game gives you a lot of options and a lot of choice, and it's a really good fantasy RPG that's turn-based combat.
You've sold me. I'm next. That's next for me.
Play it.
It's really, really good. I also picked up. I don't have that much of a backlog for this year, but my one game that I had been waiting for was Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Oh yeah.
It went on sale for $30 in the Steam sale. What a fantastic game!
So worth it for that price too.
I historically do not like Assassin's Creed. I played the first one. I got like 20 hours in, and it was like the same. Like you get into these battles with like 20 people, and you just push Y to counter over and over. It was super boring. And then I played like a lot of the subsequent ones. Like I played Assassin's Creed like Revelations. I played Black Flag. I played Unity. All of them, I kind of got like 5 hours in, and I was like, eh. It's just like the same crap. Like it feels very dated.
Did you ever play Origins, the one before this?
No.
Okay.
And I looked at Origins and I was like, it's still Assassin's Creed. I don't like Assassin's Creed. And then I don't know what about this one drug me in. Or as my friend was like, dude, you have to play this one. Like he's been an Assassin's Creed fan forever. So I was like, I don't know. But yeah, it doesn't feel like an Assassin's Creed game. It feels like a like Greek RPG. Like a Greek fantasy RPG.
Open world, do anything you want.
Yeah,
kind of a thing.
using the Assassin's Creed name. So the combat, if you didn't know, changed, I think, in Origins.
Yep. It took like very much For Honor system.
Yeah, it's a lot more freeform. Like you have a light attack, a heavy attack. You have some skills you can activate, and there's a good amount of customization in the skill tree. And it's not. It doesn't feel like an Assassin's Creed game, with the exception of like you're still going to be stealthing around to like stab people, but that you can also
some of the lore and stuff. Like, it takes from, but
you can also just like not do that and fight people, but it's a little bit harder to do that. Yeah, the world is beautiful. Like the cool thing that I found was they have a mode called Exploration Mode, which basically, as they describe it, is like you'll be able to discover more of the game yourself without hand-holding. So some parts of the map have question marks on them, and you can go to those question marks, and they'll be like, oh, it's a special cave, and go do stuff in this cave. But there are other things in the map that aren't marked, and when you have like a quest to do, it'll say like, okay, so we know he's in the eastern part of this region, and you look here, and so you put a marker over in that part of the region, and you look around, and then you find it. So like there is some level of like player agency of like you have to find this stuff, and the game doesn't tell you, which it's minor, but it still feels better than like how Assassin's Creed used to be, which was just icons.
Yep.
And there still is some of that. Like I said, there's still question marks, but there's enough to find on your own that it feels interesting.
I am a huge Assassin's Creed fan, and I fell off hard when Unity came out because of how buggy it was. And then Origins, I just decided on kind of on a whim, like a month or two ago, to start playing, and I played through that all in one sitting.
Really?
It is very, very good. I think it's actually worth going back to if you really liked Odyssey.
Yeah, no, I really like Odyssey. They added, they didn't add it. They returned to ship combat in this game, which feels great. Did that game, the Ubisoft game, ever come out? Skull and Bones? Is that out already?
I don't think it's out.
It's coming out. Okay.
It's coming.
I wasn't sure.
This year.
Yep, this year.
Like there's Sea of Thieves, and now there's like at least 2 other games that look very similar. There's like Atlas.
2019.
I feel like I just want multiplayer Assassin's Creed with ship combat, because I don't just want to be on the ships, but the ship combat in Assassin's Creed is really fun.
You're a big Monster Hunter fan, right?
Yeah.
Did you do the Assassin's Creed event, or have you heard about this?
No, I saw the trailer for it. There's so many cool tie-ins for Monster Hunter, man.
I love how they do
cool.
that with
Assassin's Creed has done a lot of really cool tie-in stuff. I haven't seen the Monster Hunter event, but when I was playing Origins, I didn't realize they had like a Final Fantasy 15 crossover. That completely pulled me out of the game because the cutscene is rendered like a Final Fantasy cutscene, but everything else is Assassin's Creed. So you're playing through and you'll get to like an Assassin's Creed like rendered cutscene that's just like the characters talking. But then you get to this one temple in Origins that you walk into, and it's just like poof, Final Fantasy game.
Noctis shows up.
You walk into a temple and you like kind of duck behind a pillar and you're like looking at like, what's that grave up there? What's going on? And then a huge beam of light comes down. Bahamut flies out of the sky, blows the temple up, and then I guess the main antagonist from 15 like walks out of the grave and just shoots into the sky. And you walk to like where his grave was and you pick up an Aegis blade. It's so out of like character for what Assassin's Creed was. I just went, is this the DLC? What did I just come across? What's happening? And it gave me like a 10 level above weapon that I had needed. It was just really, really weird, but it was cool to see Final Fantasy in there. Oh, and it gave me a chocobo mount for Origins. It's like,
awesome.
yeah, this is the cutscene.
That's awesome.
It is completely out of character for an Assassin's Creed game.
it's
looks
Final
nothing like
Fantasy.
Assassin's
It looks
Creed.
like Final Fantasy.
And he just like Bahamut flies out of nowhere. It's great. It's really cool. But yeah, I got a chocobo mount that basically is a camel. It's like a 4-legged chocobo with like a really weird long neck and beak.
That's really, really
How
cool.
did I not know about this at all? I had never even heard of it.
It completely blindsided me when I came across the side quest.
Oh yeah, he's going full Final Fantasy.
That's the most random.
All of a sudden, you
It's
get
awesome.
Knights of the Round cast on you or something.
That's the other thing about these games that I like a lot more than the first Assassin's Creed games is that these are not entirely historically accurate,
Right.
I'd say. There are some mythological things that you might find that wouldn't really exist in Greece.
Well, for me, this was like, okay, I missed out on Unity. What happened in the last 2 games that made this happen?
Yeah.
It was
Is
cool.
that for Odyssey, that tie-in? Or is
That's
that
for Origins.
Origins, all right.
Yeah.
Now I want to play just for that cutscene.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
But if you are not an Assassin's Creed fan, but you like open world RPGs and are craving just like a fun romp, get that game. It's so good. It's so good. I mean, I'm only 10 hours in, but already I can recommend that game.
Nice.
Very, very good. Other than that, I played Smash. I don't know if I played much else. I still have a couple games left on my have-to-play list, but I think I'm up to date other than that.
I played, let's see, I played through a couple things. I played through Bastion on Switch.
Oh, nice.
I'd never played that before. Really, really enjoyed that. Tetris Effect for PS4. Played through that.
I missed the sale on that.
Did you play it PSVR or no?
No,
That
I
game is
didn't.
going to make me buy a PS4.
I really want to try it in VR. It was a really cool experience just, on my base PS4. I love Tetris. Just some of the auditory and visual things they do are really awesome. So
I love
that
it
was very
when
fun.
stuff in a game syncs up with music.
Yes,
I absolutely
yes.
love that. And
Yes.
it's one of the things that really got my attention in Tetris Effect. There's also the Rayman Legends music levels that I've talked about before.
great.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was when I realized just how satisfying that really is in a game. And then I played the demo for Tetris Effect, and I was like, yeah, I'm about this.
Some of the musical cues when you hit a Tetris are just so gratifying. And I just remember playing Tetris endlessly on the original Game Boy to get the progressively bigger rocket ship, depending on how well you did in marathon mode. But it's just a lot of fun, and it speeds up towards the end so much. You've got to kind of do the pyramid thing where you make one in the and then sort of cast them off the side. Otherwise, you're screwed.
It added a slightly new mechanic, didn't it? Where you have a meter that fills up, and then it'll slow everything down.
Yeah, so that's
I didn't know about that. I accidentally used it.
What was it? What was it called?
This is way easier.
Focus?
It's like Tetris Focus or something like that.
It might not have been called Focus, but yeah, it's exactly this right here where it freezes the action, and then you can get multiple Tetrises if you're really good.
Yeah, you
can get Dodeca Tetris, and then show the Perfectris or something like that. There's different names beyond all those.
It's I think
that's
Tetris
What's
is,
that big block?
Tetris is
Adam.
a perfect video game. It's just I think it's just such a perfectly made game.
You might be right.
It's just
really
so
hard to
good.
complain.
Something I really appreciated with this one was just the atmosphere that a lot of the levels gave you. There's one that seems like it's set in New York or some kind of big city.
Yes.
Jazz is playing, and the jazz speeds up as you go through the level. And it just feels like you're sitting on the rooftop in New York, listening to jazz and overlooking the city. It's really cool.
And there's, I believe, there's a snowy sort of winterscape, perfect for the Christmas holidays to play. You can totally get into that. They did a great job with it. It's great. So I played through that, played through the campaign, and my big thing with those, I finished Spider-Man, and man, that is such a good game,
isn't it?
That is so it. It was already on my Game of the Year list, but I don't remember having this much fun playing a video game in a long time.
I need to finish it.
The story in that game was really, really good.
And I thought they really hit some of the relationship between, no spoilers, but Peter Parker and Mary Jane Watson's interactions were just, I felt so well done, so realistic, and pretty good voice acting, and even just the way they animated their faces to show sort of, people being uncomfortable or just so well, just very, very good. And the story itself, no spoilers, but just super, super well done. And the combat, I'd heard people compare it to the Arkham games.
It's just Batman Arkham, but it's better for it.
Yeah, for some reason I never like fully got the Arkham combat, but this one I just loved. And once you get all your gadgets and you start leveling up, you just feel like an unstoppable badass.
This one is like the Arkham games, but you're more mobile, and I think that helps a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a lot more vertical,
Yeah.
which makes sense, obviously. And I love just being able to web grab, environmental objects, swing them, web people to a wall. That web bomb that would get like a huge amount of people.
Broken.
My favorite item. And yes,
All the
so
suits and the abilities. It's so good.
Yes.
It's a good time to be a Spider-Man fan. Between this and Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh man, Spider-Verse was
so good.
We could turn this into the Spider-Verse podcast.
We could.
episode.
I'm not even like a Spider-Man fan. That movie was fantastic.
So good.
It is a golden. I don't keep current with the comics, but I grew up reading them and just thought that was sort of my favorite. And to see it like so realized in such a great way on all these, across video games, across animated movies, across live action movies, it is fucking.
I have a lot of gamer friends that are like they've started playing this, they love it, they saw Into the Spider-Verse, and now they're trying to figure out where to start with the comics, and they're jumping in.
Yeah.
Just seeing this cool resurgence of like people starting to get into the comics because of this.
I think I think that happened too. Yeah, similar to what happened with the Avengers back in like 2012 when the movie came out. I think there was kind of an upswing, and I think we'll see that with Spider-Man too. But just fun. Even the quick time events like this, I had a lot of fun doing, and just couldn't recommend. I don't know if I'll probably get the DLC too. I don't usually get DLC.
I'll get it at some point.
Yeah.
Like it's.
I haven't heard like anything exceptional about it.
Yeah, I haven't either. But
I haven't heard
it's
anything
more
terrible, though, I'm
Spider-Man.
saying.
But
Like it's good, but it's not great.
right.
I do wish that the open world activities weren't so repetitive, but other than that, it's a fantastic game.
I didn't mind it that much just because moving around was so much fun for me.
Totally. They just weren't anything exceptional.
Yeah. The best ones were where you have to catch the pigeon because there's no way that bird survives anything that you do to catch it.
Right.
Spider-Man doesn't kill Nick. It's no.
Well, there's an explosion of feathers. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the touch that when you like throw someone off a building, you'll see them web to the building because you have like a little mine attached to them that sucks them to the building.
There's a great video of like, can Spider-Man kill in this video game? And you'll see him like dive punch someone off of a building all the way to the ground.
Right.
Then he gets up and goes, they're fine. It's good.
Yeah.
He'll be okay.
Yeah.
Or just grab someone, do a flip with your and just hurl them to the ground at full impact.
You know what I miss though? I miss in the Spider-Man 2 game where you could grab somebody, swing your way up to the Empire State Building, jump off and hit the X button on GameCube, and you do a pile driver all the way down. You slam that criminal's face into the concrete below, and he dies.
Unless that's Wolverine, they're not going to walk away from that.
Yeah.
And even Wolverine, I think, might have some trouble.
You might go to sleep for a little bit.
Yeah. And I just started playing Diablo 3 for Switch. I've never been like a Diablo guy, but I was like, I want to give this a chance because you hear, it's sort of a legendary franchise. I think I finally got hooked. Finally into that sort of loot.
It's a good portable, just loot grinder.
What class are you playing?
Monk.
Monk?
The fist, and just fun. Just a fun, hack and slash, which is obviously what Diablo is.
It's just a loot fest. It's
so much fun. Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah, you don't really need to pay attention to your life that much because you will get it back, constantly. And I like that a lot.
For the people that just want to play Diablo, they've done a really good job of adding seasons with loot specific gear, and you can just play it over and over and over again.
And it seems like a pretty good port on the Switch. I didn't notice a ton of slowdown.
Graphics aren't anything to write home about, but it's not terrible. It's a fun game.
Right.
Do you have your Ganondorf amiibo?
No, what do you
heard about this? Yeah, go for it.
They might show it in this trailer even, but I think you can use a Ganondorf
Is it
amiibo.
an armor set or?
You straight up just are Ganondorf. I think there's even like a woman Ganondorf.
Hell yeah.
Is there special moves? I wonder. I don't
know.
They can't have a Ganondorf class, but yeah.
You just plow your way through the entire game. No.
Surely they would show it in this trailer at the very end.
Also cool to see a Blizzard game on a Nintendo console, which is the first time I think in a long time that's happened. But it also just goes to show that the Switch is doing very well. That even Blizzard is jumping on board. Like, we will port our stuff over. Yep.
It looks like it's just armor. It's Ganondorf transmog armor, but you can get a cuckoo pet, the bird or the chickens from Zelda. that'll follow you.
Oh, the Cucco?
The Cucco, yeah, and then the Triforce like portrait frame and Echoes of the Mask Wings. I don't know what that is, but yeah.
That's cool.
It sounds neat.
Yep, you can look like Ganondorf. And
dude, that game lets you look like a Christmas tree. That game has like ridiculous armor effects. It's crazy.
Yeah, I was playing around with some of the cosmetics and just like, oh, I can have my choice of wings.
Yeah,
and there's just all these different, just insane wings. Yeah. But yeah, that's a lot of fun. So yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Cool.
All right, should we do news?
Let's do news.
All right, let's do news. All right, Ben, you've been doing some research. Do you want to handle the news?
Yeah,
All right.
pulled a few news stories.
Awesome.
I got some questions to ask everybody.
Great.
This is
Okay.
gonna be, I got some news stories we'll cover, we'll talk about them, and then I have a question I'll ask and we'll go through and see how well everybody's been paying attention.
Sweet.
So first one up, the Soulja Boy console is dead. I don't know if anyone's been paying attention to that at all. Despite insistence that he had struck deals with game publishers, the Soulja Boy consoles are dead. 3 weeks after its launch, the consoles have been pulled from the online store, and the rapper tweeted back on December 29th, "I had to boss up. I didn't have a choice." According to the rapper, he had tweeted sales for the day one, which was, "I made $250,000 for my game console. It's been less than 24 hours since release. WTF, thank you guys so much." The handheld and consoles came preloaded with thousands of games from Switch, 3DS, Vita, Neo Geo,
There were
Game Boy
Switch games
Color,
on that?
Game Boy, apparently, Game Boy Advance, PlayStation, Neo Geo, again, PC, Sega, and Nintendo between the
That dude
handheld
is going to have
consoles.
to give back most of that money.
Oh, yeah, and maybe a little
Also,
more.
who is surprised by this?
Right.
Yeah, I guess Polygon did an article on it where it looks like it's basically from a Chinese reseller, and it looks like it's just basically one big emulator console.
Yep.
It just replays everything.
Right, like you're a celebrity, like
What a
doing this. Like,
stupid move.
yeah,
you think you would get away with
You're gonna get caught. You're gonna get caught.
Absolutely.
It's so funny that he's back in the news again because 10 years ago, Soulja Boy threw out this like, I'm like the best gamer ever sort of thing. And so we at Screw Attack called him out with like this ancient rap video that it was a spoof of Crank That, but it was like just a bunch of us making fun of his lack of video game skills. So, but then it was ended with like a very serious, hey, we will actually take you up on this challenge. He accepted our challenge and then deleted the video, and then his publicist was like, Soulja Boy's gonna go in a different direction. 10 years later, that direction seems to be piracy, so.
Yeah,
Come on,
selling
bootleg
bootleg.
Smash right now. Let's go.
Yeah, 7 Soulja Boys, I'll take them all.
Glitch Please is calling you out.
Yeah.
Let's fight this rapper.
Well, also, like, Nintendo is very litigious about this shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like, look at what they did to these ROM sites, but, like, it might not just be that he has to give that money back. He might have to pay some penalties, too.
You know what else I think is hilarious about this? There's, like, obviously these are knockoff, like, Chinese consoles and handhelds and stuff like that. Nintendo would love to crack down on all of that, but I don't think they quite can. What if, here's the rap video, by the way.
Oh, nice.
What if Soulja Boy is Nintendo's in somehow on cracking down on that Chinese market?
I think that.
What if it all comes down because of Soulja Boy?
I think
that they're just going.
What if that happens?
I think that they want to, but they can't because it's overseas and that's like a lot more difficult. But now, but Soulja Boy's not overseas. So like,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. We can reach out and touch you, dude.
Right.
You're in the States. We got you.
If he's taking, I don't know the logistics of how all this works exactly, but like if Soulja Boy's literally just reselling these Chinese knockoff consoles, like what if they can go to the source? What if Reggie Fils-Aimé is finally like, Miyamoto, we have a way.
We have an in.
He throws the dossier onto the table in the dimly lit room.
Soulja Boy like steps out from the darkness.
Yeah, no.
Ready.
Are you saying that he's gonna be like a double agent?
Like
I'm saying Reggie has to already be a double agent. Maybe this is just his
No, I
next
mean
mission.
like use Soulja Boy to infiltrate the Chinese market.
I see. I see.
Send him undercover.
Not gonna lie, I would watch this movie. This sounds great.
We're giving you an out.
Well, I have a question to go along with this story.
Okay.
I'm gonna start with you, Brian. I'll ask you. If you don't know the question, we'll go down the line.
Okay.
First question, can you name just one of the devices on Soulja Boy's website with similar designs to other tech?
I can, but I've spent an inordinate amount of time on his website over the last couple weeks. But yeah, the Apple Watch. I mean, he's
That's what I was gonna go with.
It has a name though. Do you know what the name is?
the Soldier Watch.
It is the Soldier Watch.
Yeah.
You are correct.
That's what I was gonna go with because the name of the website is Soldier Watch.
He's
So I
got
can't remember anything else.
bootleg Apple Watches, wireless
Soldier
earbuds
buds that look just like Apple.
bootleg headphones that look
Why
like
is he
the
doing
Beats.
this?
I don't know,
What
man.
is he doing?
A bootleg looks like a bootleg tablet. Like there's all kinds of shit.
All Soldier tablets, Soldier Watch, Soldier buds. The Soldier Watch is $19.99. The Soldier pods are $6.69.
And they're all marked up quite a bit from whatever
like the
whatever
Chinese
source
knockoff that you
is.
can get them for.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well,
It's
that
insane.
is something. Yeah.
All right, next story. So we got a Persona 5 announcement. Persona 5R is a thing. It exists. We have no idea what it is. Atlas dropped a Persona 5R trailer announcing that the game is here, and we'll have more information in March. That's more or less it. The previous games in the franchise have all had follow-up enhanced versions of the game. Persona 4 had Persona 4 Golden. 3 had FES. Of course, many are hoping with the Joker and Smash announcements that we are going to have Persona 5 on the Switch. Hopefully.
That would just make sense.
And Atlas has registered other domain names, including Persona 5B, Persona 5M, and Persona 5S. Or maybe we're just all off base and Persona 5R is Persona 5 Racing, the racing game that everybody wants.
Well, but that trailer, that announcement for the announcement trailer they released, had PlayStation branding at the beginning, so it can't be the Switch version, right? I don't know.
I'm hoping that maybe some of these other domains they've registered, it's probably just to cover bases, but like Persona 5B or Persona 5M or 5S, maybe 5S is the Switch version.
That would make sense.
Maybe 5M and 5B are something, other spin-offs or something.
That seems like it would
Or
be
maybe S is for
perfect.
Soldier console.
The Soldier console?
Yeah.
Guys, we're releasing on the Switch.
Crossover.
Persona 5 Soldier. It's terrible.
Yeah, I'm not really a Persona 5. I haven't played it that much yet. I played 4, but what do you think 5R is?
Personally, I think 5R is going to be some kind of extra content.
Like
that they're
DLC
rolling into the
or
game.
something,
Kind of.
or-
It's going to be a Persona 5, 4 Golden added more content and story to the game. FES added a whole other ending and a few bosses, I believe, that kind of flesh out the story a little bit more and give you more kind of to learn about the
Flesh out the story. You need more story.
More story in that 110
There's a little
One
bare
thing-
bones.
Yeah, that's
in the
one thing
original one.
Persona 5 needs is more story.
Yeah, that's probably what it is if I were to venture a guess. So, yeah, any other ideas, anything?
What could B stand for in that context?
I don't know. I think S is Switch. M and B, I have no idea. They have Persona 2Q, which is a 3DS
Did you say
game
M
coming out.
or N?
M is in man.
Mobile.
Oh,
That's
that's probably a pretty good idea. Maybe it's a mobile game.
B, I got no clue. I have no idea what that one could
Let me know who your inside source is, and we can
Okay.
do a story on it.
Okay.
Well, my question is for Adam. What other Atlas games were leaked ahead of time with domain registrations?
I don't know.
Tick tock, tick tock.
I've not been keeping up with anything.
Can you
I
name
don't
Take a
one
guess.
Atlas game?
Yeah, Demon Souls. That was leaked ahead of time.
Nice.
All right. That is not what I was looking for, Nick.
It's
Do you
true
have any
though.
idea?
I was right.
Atlas. No,
They domain registration. They're kind of notorious for registering domain names a week ahead of time for announcements. But any ideas?
none, because I have not kept up with that one either.
I'm gonna. Etrian Odyssey 5.
Nope.
Is that an Atlas game?
You've got a
I think it
laptop.
is.
You
that
have
is an
you have the answers.
I'm not. I'm on. I'm not.
He's
on
looking. He has a Dragon Quest guide up.
That should surprise no one, Brian. Persona Q2,
my
Persona
happy
3
place.
Dancing in Moonlight, Persona 5 Dancing in Starlight, and Catherine Full Body were all 4 games that had domains registered a week or 2 before they came out.
I would not. You got to make these questions easier. Man.
Ah, man, this is great. Next story. Capcom may have an unannounced game coming out. Coming from a website, ostrog.com, supposedly in an interview with Famitsu, Capcom producer mentions that there is a new unannounced game in development by Capcom Division 1, who are currently working on Devil May Cry 5 and the Resident Evil 2 remake. Rumors from 2017 pointed to a Dino Crisis reboot, but that got debunked, and now fans are speculating a new Onimusha game. From 4Gamer, in another interview with Japanese developer Kazuhiro Tsuchiya, he stated, in 2018, we were able to release Mega Man 11. This is also a thank you to all of the game fans. In 2019, I would like to make steady preparations for what's next. So there may not be any major action, but I hope you can watch over me with warm eyes. So it's probably safe to say it's not a Mega Man game. Sorry, Mega Man fans. So
You don't think it could be 12?
maybe, but I think that's farther down the line. I think they're going to work on this game in 2019 and not announce
Maybe,
anything.
yeah.
So, no Mega Man Legends 3 or Battle Network. One day.
Someday.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
What do you guys
today.
think? What Capcom games or other franchises could they be working on at all?
A new Metal Gear game?
That's Konami.
Metal Gear?
Konami.
Oh fuck, I'm an idiot.
I mean, wouldn't that be surprising?
Across
Capcom making Metal Gear Solid
I don't think
6.
of any Capcom games that
There,
other than Resident
Is
Evil.
it too soon for a new Monster Hunter?
I think. Well,
World did so well.
It
They've
did.
got to be like.
I mean,
Street Fighter?
but they're releasing a DLC
Yeah,
this year.
yeah.
yeah, they just started season 4 for Street Fighter 5, or maybe it's about to start. As much as I like fighting games, I have not been keeping up with Street Fighter 5. It's just not been my thing. But I have heard, well, when I say heard, I've seen some headlines speculating that the way they're going about season 4 could signal that they're kind of winding down development on that, which could mean they're just moving on to the next thing, which could be actually a very good thing for Street Fighter because Brian over in the broadcast once called it Obligation Fighter 5, which is kind of how a lot of people who make a career out of fighting games.
I've got to get good at this just because.
Yeah,
it's the
like
latest thing.
nobody seems to play Street Fighter 5 because they legitimately enjoy it. Like it burned casual fans the wrong way when it launched with just multiplayer and barely any single player whatsoever. Like they really tried to gun for that esports audience, but even that audience didn't really click with the game because it's so like rigid in how you play the characters. At least my understanding of it. There's not really a lot of room for expression is the big criticism I've heard.
I wasn't
how you play
crazy
the
about
games.
it.
Yeah.
And Street Fighter was my
4.
first fighting game love, and some of them have been really excellent, but there was nothing just super fun.
What about Onimusha? Has any of you three played that game at all? I'm not into that series.
Remind me what Onimusha is.
I don't remember, honestly. I know it's like an old school samurai fighting game, I think.
I think it's an RPG.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I remember watching my friend play an Onimusha game, and he was walking through some streets, and there was some, I think, dialogue options. That's all I remember from
So
Onimusha.
fighting game, RPG. What came to my mind was, and I know this game starts with an O, but there was like some samurai pinball game that came out about 10 years ago.
Yes.
I can't remember if that was Capcom or not, or maybe it was a spin-off of Onimusha.
Pinball.
Yeah, I promise you. It was
Odama?
like Odama,
game?
that's what it was, yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I haven't. I
mind.
looked it up. It's like an old
Completely
game
wrong
on the
game.
GameCube. It's
Yeah.
cool. The only other thing I could possibly think of is maybe they're working on a sequel to Okami. That has had a lot of releases lately in ports to like the Switch, but
They've been porting that game like nuts.
Yeah.
It's
It
like
never
their
did well, though,
Skyrim.
right?
I don't think it did any crazy numbers.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it's a franchise they definitely.
I mean, I
want to
liked
stick with.
Okami a lot, but
Yeah, it was a good game. I just don't know if it got the numbers that they were looking for.
Maybe by now it has.
Yeah,
maybe after all these releases.
could be. Well, my question for specifically you, Nick.
Oh, okay.
According to a Reset Era thread, a forum moderator kind of dug into this, and on the topic, there's a rumor that there are 2 more games from an already well-known franchise that are currently being worked on. What are those games?
Two games from one
A well-known franchise,
a Capcom franchise.
Capcom franchise that they are working on.
I know what game I want to see from Capcom.
Okay.
I thought the question.
I just
I wanna-
remembered.
Answer from you, and then I want to hear this.
I thought your question was going to be, what is the moderator's name?
Is it DuckTales?
it is not DuckTales.
I wish
Adam,
it was.
Dragon's Dogma.
It is not Dragon's Dogma.
Dragon's Dogma. That's the one I want to see. I don't know what it is. Also, where the fuck is Deep Down?
What is that?
It is it was
that.
announced with the PS4, and it was like
I forgot about
supposed
that.
to
It was
be
like some
a
medieval
spiritual
looking
successor
thing.
to
Deep Down?
Dragon's Dogma. Yeah, Deep Down.
Brian, do you have any idea?
Yeah.
Well-known franchise, working on 2
PS4.
games.
I'm just going to guess Mega Man.
It's like a RPG online game.
Okay.
RPG.
Oh, it looks cool.
Yeah.
Looks
Interesting.
Little Dark Souls.
Well, the answer is they are working. There's a rumor that they are working on a Resident Evil 3 remake and Resident Evil 8.
Of course they're working on Resident Evil.
It's an easy answer.
I'm so unsurprised.
We were
by
trying to
that.
get
I was
very
hoping it would have been
esoteric about
Maybe I should. Now I see why you had multiple choice to all these questions.
yeah, it's hard.
All right. Well, the next story. Epic Games made a shit ton of money in 2018. The success of Fortnite has earned Epic a lot. According to TechCrunch, they made $3 billion fueled by the continued success of Fortnite. A Wall Street Journal has the company currently valued at $15 billion, as investors are just kind of throwing themselves to get a piece of that pie. Of course, Epic also owns the Unreal Engine, but it's mainly due to Fortnite that everything has exploded. Yeah.
How crazy is that the one game makes more revenue than like one of the most popular engines in gaming for that company?
Did Fortnite come out last year? Or was that
I think it was late.
You mean the Battle
2017.
Royale?
the Battle Royale mode? Yeah.
I don't know. It feels like it's been around for ages at
I
this
think
point.
it was late 2017, but let's see. Fortnite, the game itself, came out in 2017. Let's see.
Oh, wait, so like the base Fortnite game came out 2017?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Battle Royale version came out September of 2017. Yeah,
So
that's when it was free, and yeah. It's so funny, though, just a mod of a failing game that just took over the world.
That I know people were not very interested in that game when it first came out, and then Battle Royale hit, and a lot of kids latched onto it.
Yep.
And they've done such a good job of marketing skins and whatnot for that.
Because right before that, it was PUBG. Everybody was playing PUBG,
Yeah.
PUBG all the time. And it just totally, like, crushed it.
Yeah,
It feels like.
Man, that game has been out for about a year and a half, and last year they made $1 billion. That is crazy.
Yeah,
It's nuts.
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Well, my question for you, Brian, is Epic is, of course, trying to springboard the success into being a Steam competitor, drawing in users with timed exclusives and free games. What game, as of right now, until January 10th, is free on the Epic Game Store?
I know the answer.
That one from the Bastion team, right? Is that it? No, Hades. Is that it?
That is
Super Meat Boy.
incorrect. You are correct.
Super Meat
nicely
Boy?
done.
Yeah,
That's a good free game.
it's a good free game.
It's so old, but it's so good.
It is very. Yeah.
Well, the sequel's coming out soon too. Super Meat Boy Forever, I think, comes out.
Is that a sequel?
It's a sequel. It's a follow-up to the game, and apparently it looks really, really cool. They've added some mechanics to like the you know.
That team kind of broke up. There was a two-man dev
Yeah,
team.
it's not the same.
They were not friends
Yeah,
anymore.
I don't know who's developing the sequel or Super Meat Boy Forever, if they got back together or if it's someone else, but apparently the game looks really, really good. It'll be
There's
interesting.
a movie called Indie Game the Movie. I think it talks about Super
Yes,
Meat Boy.
and Fez too.
And Fez, yeah.
And
that
Oh,
guy-
Phil Fish.
Yes.
That guy.
That's right.
All right, well, next story. Death Stranding has its release date teased by Hideo Kojima. Could Death Stranding be coming in 2019? According to a Famitsu article, Hideo Kojima mentioned, is 2019 the year of the whale? Please look forward to Death Stranding. From the 2016 trailer, there's imagery of what appears to be a bunch of beached whales. And Kojima, he could be maybe teasing Death Stranding.
He
Who
teases
knows?
this shit a lot. Though.
Yeah.
He like lives to fuck with us.
Yeah.
I hope it is. I want to play
Everybody
it.
hopes, right.
I wouldn't expect it to be, but I guess if like the PS4 or PS5 will be announced like sometime next year, they probably want to get it out sooner rather than later, but I don't know. It seems like how old is Kojima Productions? They just hit their 2-year anniversary or 3-year anniversary? They're not that old.
They're not that
Sounds
old.
about right. Yeah.
So like for
gotta game that fast.
a game that he makes,
Yep.
you think like a 5-year dev cycle. But I'm pretty sure they just had celebrated a 2 or 3 year anniversary.
I'm just what else could Year of the Whale refer to? Like, I don't even know.
I mean, in Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain,
There was an explosion whale.
There was a fiery whale
Yeah.
that no one knew what it was. Is that your question?
Nice.
Maybe, yeah. I guess I have
first
no
thing
idea.
That's a good answer.
Yeah. Dang. Well, my question for you is, back in October, 3 people who have worked on the Metal Gear Solid franchise started teasing news for the game franchise. Can you name one of the 3 people?
Hideo Kojima.
It's not Hideo Kojima. Any
No,
idea?
I can't.
Nick?
I literally, it's so shameful. I only know Hideo Kojima. With David Hayter.
David Hayter is correct.
Hey.
Yeah, the 3 of them kind of started tweeting back and forth, like, what's next for us? And David Hayter retweeted, like, I'm ready for another mission, or something like really, really cryptic. It was back in October of last year.
Who's the other one? Troy Baker? Was he?
It was Chris Zimmerman, the voice director of the franchise, David Hayter, the voice of Solid Snake and Big Boss, and Robin Atkin Downs, the voice of Kazuhiro Miller.
Okay.
Yeah.
So much for Kiefer Sutherland.
Nope. Next story, Jack Black is getting into YouTube gaming. He started a YouTube channel. He started a YouTube channel and named Jablinski Games. It has, as of a week ago it started. As of now, it has 2.4 million subscribers, and so far there are only 2 videos. One
Put out some
announcing channel,
quality videos so far.
one announcing the channel, and a follow-up video where Jack yells, "Hells to the yells, we did it! Oh my God, 1 week, 1 billion subscribers. That is more than Pootie Puss, T-Pains, and Will Sniff combined. Mic drop, peace out." Wait, what? We only got 1 million subscribers? Funny you should say that. We're just getting started. Look forward to more content in 2019.
I'm so curious.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I need to know what this channel is going to be like. It's going to have to be something completely different from.
I don't know that it is. I wonder
probably
if he's just,
not,
I
now
wonder
that
if he's
I say
just
that out
gonna do
loud.
like unedited Let's Plays.
He could just be Jack Black.
I would watch that.
Yeah, he'll
I would give
bring
it
a friend
shot.
on, do some unedited
Yeah.
Let's Plays. Yeah.
He's goofy. Bring like Tenacious D back together, and the 2 of them just like play games. That would be awesome, and that would probably garner a lot of subs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I listened to an interview a long time ago with Kathy Griffin, and she used to play. She used to date Jack Black, like way back in the day when they used to come up.
The same age group?
I think so. I mean, roughly speaking.
I guess it doesn't matter.
And the interviewer asked her what that was like, and she goes, a lot of pot, a lot of video games. Which,
surprising no one.
Sounds like a great relationship.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Why is he? It's interesting that he is getting, because like he's a movie star, you know, he does so many things. Like, why is he getting into YouTube? But then maybe he looks at guys like PewDiePie and Ninja, thinking like they have these massive followings and they can do whatever they want.
Well,
like they're answerable to nobody.
He has some like loose connections with kind of the YouTube like sphere and also gaming in general.
Yeah, he's a brutal legend.
Yeah, and him and like just in YouTube in general, like he did like a YouTubers or kids react kind of a video where they were like kind of rewatching Tenacious D, and then they came out and like he surprised everybody watching the video, and it was really, really cool just to watch. So I think he is pretty good at like knowing what's going on in YouTube and gaming, which is interesting. So I'm really, it's gonna be cool to see what he comes up with.
He's also just a very likable guy.
Totally.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, well, Nick, Brian kind of spoiled it, but my question is, can you name one game that Jack Black has starred in?
Brutal Legend.
Brutal Legend it is. He was in Peter Jackson's King Kong, Brutal Legend, Broken Age, which I did not know he was in. And
that's right.
It's another Tim Schafer, John, so.
Yeah.
He's got such a distinctive voice that you know it's him.
He really does. I would love to see a Brutal Legend 2. I know there are some mechanics in that people didn't like. If they got rid of the RTS stuff.
Yeah, give me a fucking action game.
Right.
That sequel would be awesome. I would love to see that. And they kind of set it up to be a sequel, but it kind of just fizzled out.
Yep.
So, all right, one more story?
Yeah, let's do one more.
All right, last story. Activision is set to fire its CFO for mysterious undeclared causes. From IGN yesterday, Activision has placed the company's CFO, Spencer Newman, on a paid leave of absence after informing him that it intends to terminate him from the position. According to a regulatory filing made by the company, it states that the firing is unrelated to the company's financial reporting or disclosure controls and procedures. The only reason he is on paid leave of absence is according to him, or is according to allow him to demonstrate that there is no cause to terminate his appointment. So basically give him a chance to fire back. Former CFO Dennis Durkin, who is now the chief corporate officer of Blizzard Activision, will fill the role and take over permanently if he does not confirm. A source from Routers claims that Netflix has poached the CFO from Activision Blizzard. So it sounds like he might be moving over there.
They're like, you can't quit. Weird. You can't quit. You're fired.
Yeah, it's weird.
But they're in a.
I mean, they dropped so much in stock.
Yes.
27% in shares, I think.
I mean, I feel like when that happens at a giant corporation like that, you just have to fire someone.
Maybe
that's their response to like, listen, shareholders, we're doing what we need to do. We're firing this guy. Right. It's like, all right.
It's just giving them an excuse, basically, of like, oh yeah, we found out Netflix poached you, so you're out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
You can't break up with me. I'm dumping you.
Maybe Netflix will then start investing in loot boxes and everything else that Destiny and Overwatch has had. Well, my question is for you, Brian. Last one. What recent show on Netflix that is not Minecraft recently tested out a gamified choose-your-own-adventure experience?
You know this.
I need the title of the show and the episode.
Stranger Things, right?
Oh, man.
Incorrect. Adam?
Black Mirror Bandersnatch.
Correct. That makes Adam our winner.
Black Mirror is so fucked up. How could that be a game?
That show movie thing was really fun to do. I went through, I don't know, like an hour and a half of it. Like a good amount of the choices.
It was fun?
Yeah. Me and Grace, we had a blast. The only thing that was super fucking weird, and this is a minor spoiler, is that there's one option in the game that is just like a Netflix ad. And it really takes you out of it.
That sucks.
It kind of sucks, yeah.
Weird.
But also, apparently, there's a hidden game in there.
What kind of game is out of Black Mirror? Do you want to fuck this pig? Yes or no?
The movie is about a game developer developing a choose-your-own-adventure game.
Okay.
And
you are
kind of like doing the choose-your-own-adventure stuff
cool.
in the choose-your-own-adventure movie.
Kind of reminds me of like Super Hot the episode. That sounds cool. I need to check it out.
I love the idea of more choose-your-own-adventure stuff. It's super fun.
Yeah.
It works well with Netflix too. My kid's been playing the Minecraft one and loves it. So
I could almost see like Netflix getting a subset of movies that are like almost a Telltale spiritual successor of like choose-your-own-adventure gaming-esque movies.
It seems like they're already testing the waters.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
They could just scoop up that dev team.
Yeah, that's true. That'd be really cool.
If they haven't been,
might as well.
Well, a lot of them are currently working on finishing out the last season of The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
If I were them, I would
to
be like, haha, no.
It could be a passion project for a lot of them, you know, and like they want to see it finished, but also
How much passion can you have when a
developer tanks and fucks you over?
Yeah, when they're like, yeah, you don't have a job tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bye.
That
Like,
is really
come on,
shitty.
dude.
Right. That'll take a lot of the passion out.
Well, props to them for seeing it through and finishing it out. I'm glad it's moved on to another developer. So I think it's going to be exclusive to the Epic Game Store, last I heard. But
Skybound's doing it, right?
I believe so, yeah. Cool. That's all the news I got.
All right, well, that is all the Glitch Please we've got for you this week. Stick around, of course, for New Game Plus. That is our exclusive post show for Rooster Teeth first subscribers. If you're not a subscriber, I'll bet you can get a free trial right now. So do that, and we'll see you very soon.